I was going to start with something else, but Kristen Hammond is back in the program?
Yes, Kristen Hammond is rejoining us. I believe in second chances. Everyone in this world deserves a second chance, and we believe that Christian deserves that chance. So some of us get like 10, 20 chances if you ask my wife, so he should get a second chance with us.
Is he on scholarship? Or?
Yes, he will be on scholarship.
Are you able to talk about where he's been since he left?
He went home. He was going to go to Blinn Junior College, but he did not attend class. He went there but didn't stay. Left after a short period of time, and then this summer he was at the University of Kansas. But he's coming back here, and we're going to give him a second opportunity.
You got to give him a call, or did you got to call?
Nah, I don't really call anybody.
Certainly adds to the depth that you're at that position.
Yes.
Went from almost not a lot to a whole lot.
Well, yes, it gives us more depth at the position. But again, we're in this as coaches to help young men. We're not in it for any other reason. I mean, yes, we're in it to win football games, but don't get me wrong. We know we're here to win football games, but we're here to make a difference in kids' lives, young men's lives, and some of us sometimes we need to make sure that some kids need more help than others, and we need to be there to guide them and help them grow in this journey.
What are the goals for camp?
The goals for camp are to get ready to win football games and stay healthy. I think our team is in excellent condition. I think we have one of the premier strength coaches in all the United States, in the world, Scott Holsopple. He's done an excellent job getting these kids prepared mentally and physically. And our goal is to get them prepared to win games. And my goal as a coach is to try the best as I can to keep them healthy.
The question I asked Joe a bit ago, the defense hasn't had the best success the past 2 years. What is going to make it different?
Maturity. You are doomed. I won't know if the word is doomed. You usually don't have a lot of success when you play a lot of young guys. And what we've done is we came in here to build the program the right way. We feel like we're very much on course to do that. These young men that have played at an early age are now more mature. Their bodies have grown. You put a 17-year-old young man like Shawanye Lawrence playing against Alabama and West Virginia and whoever else we've played in our conference, and all of a sudden they're 19 years old, and some of these kids are now 20. Their bodies mature. It takes time to mature physically to play. So a lot of times when you're a young guy out there, you're a freshman and you're playing, you're usually just trying to survive. And now all of a sudden they've gone past survival mode. They understand they're physically able to go out and worry about more towards scheme and technique rather than just surviving. So I say it's because of maturity. It's some of the player development that these coaches have done. And then obviously the most important part is the work that these young men have put in. With their talent, we've got some talented young men, and they've matured, and the work they've done in the weight room and in the off-season conditioning and the third year in the scheme. I think you're going to see a vastly improved football team.
What areas of the field are you expecting to see the most drastic improvements?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. Coaching, playing, trainers, sports media, information people, everywhere. We're going to be so much better.
They're up here.
Everywhere. I mean, it's just going to, you know what I mean? I see improvement across the board, and I'll see improvement, from the whole team. That's what happens when you get a little older. We played 18 true freshmen our first year. So now most of those young men are true juniors. Then we sprinkled in some transfers and some of the other kids that we redshirted last year that are gotten more size on them, more maturity, and definitely have the ability. I think you'll see a different brand of ball.
Coach, is there anyone specifically or a group of guys that impressed you a lot during the summer?
I was really impressed with all of them. I mean, their attitude, the way they worked, some of the gains that they made in the weight room. You know, I mean, obviously there's players like Joe Peterson and Nick Arbuckle and Donovan Harden and Joel Ruiz that stick out. Those are the easy ones to point out because those are the ones everybody's seen. You know, but guys like Michael Shaw that no one's seen play, and James Traylor, and the work that Taras Batiste has done to become a leader and in the weight room, and Brian Williams, you know, putting on some muscle, and you know, Avery Sweeting coming back for another chance, and the work that he's done. I mean, there's Robert Davis. If you look at his shoulders when he walks in, now that doesn't look like the same Robert Davis that came 2 years ago. You know, just looking at the size of his shoulders and how he's just naturally matured and developed, you know, under Coach Lapano. So, you know, there's a lot of guys I could go on and on. I mean, Will Lutz is kicking the ball, you know, probably 10 yards farther than he did when I first walked in the door. I mean, just from the work that he's put in and all the, you know, working on his technique. So there's a lot of improvement everywhere. And we're very, very excited to start today.
Did everybody report? Is there anyone who's not going to be here who was expected to be here?
No. Everyone is checked in and reported and should be eating lunch right now.
And Michael Ivory and Joel Ruiz, are they the only ones who are kind of working back from an injury, or are there others?
Mike Ivory's 100% cleared.
100%?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else, Allison. There's a little tweak and little things here and there that we'll be very cautious with guys. Again, one of my goals is, as a coach, is to make sure I do my part to keep them healthy. You know, so, but.
And Ruiz is still working back, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
I know he said he wants to play that first game.
Yes, he wants to. He'd like to go out and practice tomorrow.
Okay.
But, you know, that's why there's coaches and trainers to say, oh, slow down a little bit.
On the field, how is this team going to win? What is the formula for y'all's success?
To play aggressive, disciplined football, take care of the football, don't make the teams earn it, not to give up big plays, and make plays in special teams.
And how were y'all with that last year?
As far as in which category?
Any of them?
Well, I thought we made big plays on offense, but we gave up big plays on defense. We turned the ball over too much on offense, and showed the ability to make plays on special teams, but have to be consistent in it.
Okay.
Obviously, when you're coming off a one-win season, there's a lot of room for
right.
improvement.
Well, yeah. And you've wanted to run the ball the past couple of years, and for various reasons haven't been able to. Is this the year that you'll be able to run the ball?
We like to think so. You know, we're going to make an effort to do it. We're working to do it. And again, what these young men have showed me, these student athletes, since I've been here, is the ones that we have and are going to be successful is when they put their mind to something, they're going to find a way to get it done.
And can you just talk about the secondary for a little bit? There's a lot of new faces coming in. I assume there's going to be a lot of competition at maybe all the positions except for Tarsus and maybe Bruce Dukes.
Still competition.
Still competition.
Yes.
But can you just talk about that group and what you expect from them?
Well, again, we've got a lot of talent there. And when you've got a Bruce Dukes and Shandon Sullivan and Taurus and Brian Williams and Bobby Baker transferring in from UAB, and you bring in young guys like Jerome Smith, and I'm sure there's more that I'm just not mentioning their names. That we've got talent. We've got young men that can run. They've got confidence, and they have brains. So they have a better understanding of what we're asking them to do going into the third season. So I think we'll be much improved there, and I think they'll be tested more because, we've done okay in pass defense because everybody just ran it down our throat.
Right.
Now I think we'll be much more stout against the run, which will test the secondary more. And I think from a student athlete side and from a coaching side on that side of the ball, they're up to the challenge.
How will you decide who starts at running back?
Who what?
Who will start at running back? How do you decide that?
Whoever performs the best. But they're going to play more than one. This is a day and age, especially with an up-tempo offense. You don't have the, 25, 35 carries a game, Earl Campbell that just runs people over. It's changed. You've got to platoon people. You got to keep them fresh. We'll play a lot of them. They'll play on special teams, and I think it's going to be an exciting group. I couldn't wait to get in here today. This is a very tough day for me. I saw my 5-year-old son gonna get on a school bus for the first time and go away to school, and he never looked back. He didn't cry. He stepped on that bus, smiled, and took off. So today was first day of school. So my wife and I were out in front taking pictures and watching them all get on the bus. And it was harder on her than it is on me, but it was an exciting day. And then knowing that I'm coming in here and all these guys are reporting, it's a great day. Great day.
You got a senior quarterback with Amir and Aaron. Theoretically, you'd like to get Amir some playing time this season.
Yes, of course. We will have a plan, for everything. Nick, make no bones about it. Nick Arbuckle is our starting quarterback. He's our leader, and we're looking forward to Nick having an excellent year. He's, being able to lead the team, take care of the football, make the throws, which he's already proven he can, and not having to be Superman because he's got, a lot of support out there, at key positions. So, but for the development and the future of this program, we have to also make sure that Amir gets reps because Nick's a senior and Amir's a freshman. So when Nick leaves, someone, whether it's Amir or Aaron or anybody else we're recruiting, is going to be the starting quarterback. So you've got to get them some experience under fire.
Coach, in the past, you have talked a lot in a couple of interviews now where you talked about how you turned around Indiana State. And
I've never said me. I've said we.
Well,
Okay.
but-
Players and some of the coaches that are here.
Right, but you're attempting to have that same kind of turnaround, that same success here. So I'm curious if you've learned something about in your time here about Georgia State that there's something about Georgia State that's unique to what you've experienced in the past, and has that changed how you would normally go about building a program, or how has that uniqueness helped build what you're trying to do in this program now?
So you're asking me to compare the two?
Well, not comparing. I'm just wondering if, just from your previous experience, what is unique about Georgia State that might be different from any other program? And then, as you're trying to build this program, has that helped help you build where you're trying to go, or has it impeded you in any way?
Well, I think what's unique about Georgia State is that it's only been playing football for going into its 6th season, and we've had to add things as we go. Not everything was in place, okay, and so you've had to add things, a weight room, Charlie Cobb, a lot of things in place to keep us going to not an FCS level, but start ball. Obviously not have some of the facilities that you needed and jump into FBS in this day and age. This is a different time for college football. It's totally different. You're talking about cost of attendance for student athletes. You're talking about college football playoffs for the first time. It's a whole different era. And, for us to get in and go on the fast track, I wouldn't say it's impeded us. I would just say those are some of the things that we've had to deal with, and I think we're be a much better program moving forward because we know what we have to do and things we have to build and things we have to places where we need to get to, and we're on the right track. I mean, we've got a proposal to buy Turner Field, which is a game changer for our university, not just from an athletic standpoint, but for our university and for that part of Atlanta. We've got a great relationship with the Falcons, so we're, if there's we're going to go into the new stadium with the Falcons. I mean, there's a lot of great things going on at Georgia State. We're absorbing Georgia Perimeter College, and we're growing. We're one of the fastest growing universities. Look at the success our basketball teams had to, get us some national exposure. So Georgia State in a whole, you're seeing Georgia State as a whole growing and going in the direction it needs to go, not just from a football standpoint.
Team-wise, are there similarities you see in this team to the third year at Indiana State when the win-loss record really improved?
Very much so, on a different level.
Okay.
I mean, we're on the FBS level.
Right.
It's a whole different level, but I don't want to compare anybody. I don't want to say I see, what I see here. All I can see is what I see here. I see a great group of young men that are confident. They are growing. They are maturing, and they're developing into the type of student athlete that we want. High character, smart, tough, passion, and love the game. And you can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong with that. And that's where I see the majority, our football team, that's what I see. You remember now, 95% of these young men were here for spring football. So these guys, 95% of this team have been here since January, working together. And times, like I said, we're in a different age of football. We were given a workout program, a pat on the back, go home for the summer, come back, hope you're in shape, and let's go. I mean, these young men went home after finals, came back in the beginning of June, and have been here ever since, training almost every day together, and had the opportunity to go out on the field with us and do things. And it's just totally different. I mean, it's these kids are way ahead when it comes to having their nose in the playbook, knowing what they're doing, the training. I mean, we had a meeting yesterday about nutrition with our staff, and I mean, just where athletics are going, it's become almost scientific. So we're way ahead when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Is there anything you're worried when you left the spring, you meet with your team and the players, and you give them their marching orders? You say, these are the things we want you to work on over this summer. Is there anything that you're worried that they may not have improved or done enough over the summer?
No, not at all. And I'm not trying to be rude. We don't give them marching orders. We set goals for them.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean? We set goals. We sit down with the strength coach, the strength and conditioning coach. We sit down with the position coach, the coordinator, and myself, and we come up with goals for each individual. We give it to them, and they fight to make those goals. So, I feel really good about this team. I really do. I mean, again, wait till they announce the grades from summer school. I mean, we were so thrilled that at the end of the spring semester, we had 52 out of the 76 scholarship players were over a 3.0, 16 over a 3.5. Okay, it's even gone up more. Gotten higher since then. You don't read about our kids negatively. We've got great young men, and I feel strongly about all of them. They've all, dedicated themselves to get better and do the best that they can, and we're excited about them.
One of the guys said that they're talking about bowl games for this season.
That is a goal.
So you're comfortable talking about?
Well, no. Our goal is when you establish a program, it's a process. Okay, when you're building a program, it's a process. So when we first came in, we wanted to teach them how to compete. Okay, now we're at the phase, we're beyond that. Our kids know how to compete. They know how to go out and compete in the classroom, which they've proven, in the community, which they've proven, okay, in the weight room, which they've proven. All have made gains and strides and everything. Okay. Now our goal is to teach them how to win, and our expectation is to win. It's not hope to win. It is our expectation. When we walk on that field, we expect to win. I don't care who we play. we expect to win the game, and we won't settle for anything less than that. So you can say bowl game or whatever. I don't see past Charlotte. So I only see Charlotte right now. That's the only thing that I can think of, the only thing I prepare for, we prepare for, and the only words that you'll come out of my mouth. So, people can say what they want about bowl game or this and that. Our goal is to win our first game, and then our goal will be to get some sleep, get up the next morning, eat right, get in the training room, and get ready to try to compete the next game and win. Doug, I'm very generic when I was saying.
Yeah, I know. Cliche. Like you've lost weight.
Thank you.
Have you lost weight?
Yes, I have.
How much weight have you lost?
27.
I think you know where to find it. I think I put on 27. How'd you do that?
Run, eat right, live right.
I have no interest in any of that.
I have a wonderful wife that pushes me very, very well, and I still can't run with her. I'm trying to keep up with her, and she looks phenomenal right now, and I can't even dream about catching up to her.
Coach, about the running game, of course you want to run the ball, which is probably one of the number one things you want to do. Does that mean you want to cut down on the pass attempts for it?
No, I want to run. We want to have more plays. We understand one of the strengths of our football team is our receivers and our quarterback. So we know we're going to throw the ball, but I believe in balance. I believe in the ability to control the line of scrimmage and run the ball. So you've got to be able to do both. And, so we will have the opportunity this year to really go out and do both.
The tempo of the offense, is it going to be the same?
And we'll be very up-tempo offense. I mean, we were a very fast-paced offense last year, and we were running the ball quite well and up until we lost, I think, 3 guys in one game and lost a couple offensive linemen. Then, that's very hard for anybody.
How important is it to get pressure to get turnovers?
No, it's huge, and that's why I love Jesse's scheme. Our deep, and it's not just Jesse's scheme, but the things that Eric Lewis and Tony Samuel and Larry Knight and PJ Volker bring to, our defensive scheme with Jesse Minner. They will have a lot of pressure packages, and there's a lot more confidence in calling those things, knowing that, your players are starting to mature physically and mentally, and the talent level that you have in the back end. So.
And, within those pressure packages that they have, how important is it that you can, I think you now have the depth on the defensive line that you can roll guys in and out, when substitutions are allowed against
Right.
these hurry-up offenses.
Yeah, the thing about our defensive line is we only have one senior on our defensive line, and we had no seniors last year. And these are all young men that have played since they were true freshmen. So now again, some of them are shaven now. They're more mature. They're more physical, and being able to create pressure from 3 or 4 guys is huge. So each game you go into, there's different ways to create pressure, and you try to do it determined on what the weakness of the offense protection is. So some games it could be because you're bringing safety blitzes. Some games it could be because you're bringing linebacker blitzes. Some games it could be because you're using 4-down line. It varies, on your opponent and how you're playing. But everyone loves to have that one guy or 2 guys that you could rush the passer with. But we'll use numerous guys.
What are you doing to stop the run? I'm not going to bring up stats for last year. I'm sure you don't talk about that, but we know that's probably an area of improvement too. What are you guys working on, or what are you changing this year to help stop the run?
Well, the first thing we changed was our bodies. We got older, we got bigger and stronger. Second thing is getting guys in the right gaps and everybody playing their responsibility. A lot of times when you have long runs or you have a team running against you, somebody might not have been in the right position. And so we've changed that. And also we've changed our depth. You know, when you've got, just use Joe Peterson for an example. When you've got one guy playing 80-something snaps a game, by the middle of the fourth quarter, he's done. Physically, he's spent. And now all of a sudden, we have more depth than we've had, which can rest guys and keep them fresher. And these guys are more mature physically. So, and we've got good team speed. We can run on defense. If you're not going to be a real big defense, you better be a fast defense. We've gotten bigger, and I know we're fast. So depth will help, and all the other things.
Now that Joe Peterson has some help, the linebacker position, is he going to move more into the role of just controlling the middle of the field, or you guys still want to blitz from all different directions?
We're going to play with. He'll play within the scheme, and the scheme is a multiple scheme. So those questions are more geared towards Coach Minner, but at the same time, you know, he'll play within the scheme. Joe will be is one of our defensive leaders and one of our most disciplined players.
When will captains be decided?
By game.
Captains will be done by
Yeah,
game?
we always do it by game.
Okay.
Now, there were captains that we elected at the end of the year that carried our guys, and then each position had a guy that was a captain through the summer that our Scott Holshoff designated. So we've been spending 2 years developing a leadership culture within the team. And so I think you're going to start seeing, you know, that tree bear its fruit.